Hi, and welcome to This Week in East Brunswick, the township's news and information program. Today, Lincoln Center comes to the East Brunswick schools as dancer Monica Levy teaches Bowne Munro second graders about dancing around the world. Our regular features include Paul Hansen's Money Tips, today discussing life insurance. Health Facts with information on organ donations for transplants. Consumer Aware with Adrian Eisner with tips on Christmas tree safety, and our Township Council review showing highlights from Monday's agenda session. First, here's a look at next week on Channel 8. Monday at 10 a.m., Look Great, Feel Great with Lenore Kulik offers aerobics and exercise, followed by the arts at 10:30 with a look at stained glass as an art form. Tuesday night at 7, plan to watch a special live call-in edition of Sports Talk with John Megliero and his guest Charles King, Athletic Director of the East Brunswick Schools. Then at 8 p.m., About East Brunswick with Mayor Fox and Township Finance Director Lou Neely focuses on finance and commuter parking. There will be no cablecast on Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday because of the holidays. Now let's go to Bowne Munro School for a look at their Lincoln Center program.
My name is Valerie Rubinskis. I teach art here at Bowne Munro School, and this is Bev Markowski, our second grade teacher. And our third part of the Bowne Munro Lincoln Center team is Chris Christensen, our music teacher.
3 years ago, we were invited to participate in the Lincoln Center program, and 9 of us from 3 different schools in East Brunswick went in for 3 weeks to observe and also to take part in the workshops for the different programs that were presented that year. And ever since then, we have been fortunate enough to have 2 or 3 programs come out every year in which our children would not only observe but also participate how these programs were managed.
Our first program for this year is Dance Around the World, and today we have Monica Levy, a teaching artist from Lincoln Center, working with our 2nd and 5th grades. This program was viewed on Friday of last week, and the children thoroughly enjoyed it. And today what they're trying to do is use some of the steps and movements and levels that they saw in the dances last week and making up a dance of their own. They learned a little bit about mapping dances last week, and today they're discussing the mapping that they had seen in the dances from Music Around the World.
In addition to the Dance Around the World, this year we will also have Music Around the World. So the theme of the whole year is working on different cultures and how we have many different cultures right here in this school, so we have a lot of input just from that angle.
We're hopefully going to have a culminating program here at the school with dance and music around the world too, with even ethnic foods. So we'll be drawing on all of their experiences. Our next program is Music Around the World. Our school system's affirmative action theme this year is The Wonderful World of Differences, and we've been working on compositions and posters for this theme, and the children are able to draw on some of the experiences that they're having here with this program, and even relating back to their own families' origins in understanding this theme.
Okay, you ready? 4 counts for nothing, and then you start. Ready? 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's down, up, side, side, like that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that. Now remember what I said about looking at each other and looking somewhere? You want to make sure, are your eyes going to stop? You're going to look at something each time you turn your head? You want to try it that way instead of looking in the front all the time? Okay, let's all try it. Stand up. So it's down, up, side, side. Each time you look, you can use your eyes to see something very specific. Okay, ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So you look down the floor, up, side, and side. Good. Okay, percussive group. Good. Now let's see this group. This is the vibratory group, right? Ready? And 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You had a whole bunch of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the other ones you did, because they were really nice. Were you in a circle when you did them?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see the formation that you made, because that was really nice. Let's see. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now, who can tell me what they did? This group, they made like a little dance. They put a whole bunch together. Who can describe to me how they made that little dance. What did they do? Did they stay in the same level? Did they change levels? Did they use the same parts of the body all the time?
They changed everything.
They changed everything? Can anyone tell me what they changed? Everything's a big word. Everything means everything. Who can tell me what they changed?
Beat.
They changed the beat? Did they change the beat? No, the beat didn't change. So what did they change?
Rhythm.
Did the rhythm change? The rhythm and the beat are sort of the same. I think the rhythm can you show us one more time and we'll watch carefully. Ready? Here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what did they change? They used what?
Level.
They changed level, right, and they also used different parts of the body each time. They didn't use the same part each time. Like this group used the same part.
Hi, I'm Lenore Kulik, and as you all know, Look Great, Feel Great is the name of my show. I love the holidays with its bright lights and cheer. With goodwill to all, we begin a new year. It's a wonderful time to get a new start. Make up your mind to strengthen your heart. No matter what your age, get active and move. Your health and your fitness can only improve. For far more important than acquiring wealth is a life filled with love, enjoyed in good health. So get out of your chair and get on your feet. Watch my show and move to the beat. Resolve to work out, put yourself to the test. It's the most direct way to look and feel your best. Season's greetings from the Kuliks and the crew from Channel 8. We all hope your new year is going to be great.
I'm Paul Hansen with this week's Money Tip. Of all the varieties of coverage, life insurance is the hardest to gauge correctly. You have to estimate the income your family would need and for how long if a breadwinner died. That's an exercise in matching foreseeable dollars with unknown future events. There are tables and formulas to help you determine your life insurance needs. In addition to figuring out your family's living expenses, you'll have to estimate the cost of your children's college education. In addition, don't assume that your survivors can invest the entire proceeds of the insurance and live off just the income. Even after adding funeral expenses and estate costs, a young parent earning $30,000 a year could need more than $500,000 of insurance. Social Security survivors' benefits will replace some income. In addition, family savings and group life benefits at work will probably contribute also. But unless there's a spouse with strong earning power, you'll still likely to need coverage in 6 figures. There's no one better able to manage your money than you. Make the wise choice. I'm Paul Hansen, host of You and Your Money, with this week's Money Tip.
Hi, I'm John Migliaro, host of Sports Talk, and this is my family, my wife Stephanie, my daughter Tracy, and my son David. And we'd like to wish you and your family a happy holiday season.
Now for a special health facts with host of Let's Talk Health, Ken Shalhu. Ken speaks with Thelma King Thiel, founder and president of the American Liver Foundation.
Could you please tell us briefly what the American Liver Foundation does and how our viewers can get involved if they choose?
Well, I think the American Liver Foundation is really the voice of the liver. It's a voice in Washington to educate the legislator that there is a need for more research. We provide information for patients and the public so that they have a better understanding of their disease or of just what the liver does. This liver is a non-complaining organ and people don't really know very much about it. It's one of the most complicated and technical organs in the body. We need to know a lot more about it, so we need to have more research done.
Mm-hmm. And the Liver Foundation helps families afterwards if they have liver problems?
Well, if you found out that you had a liver problem and you didn't know where a good liver specialist was, you could call our office, and we have a listing of liver specialists in every area of the country. We also have a listing of where the liver transplants are being done. We could refer you there. We can help with the people who are having transplants by putting them in touch with someone else so that they can have an understanding of what it's like before they go through it, because there's a lot of fear involved there. We have a transplant fund to help folks who need extra dollars to pick up some of the extra costs that aren't covered by insurance. So we have a variety of things that we're doing, and of course we have a network of chapters across the nation with volunteers helping us with those efforts.
Mm-hmm. And if one of our viewers wants to become involved with the Liver Foundation or call for questions, how can they get involved?
Well, our national office is here in New Jersey in Cedar Grove, and we're very proud of that. And all they have to do is call us at 201-857-2626 or drop us a line at Cedar Grove, and that's 07009.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be delighted to respond.
Well, Thelma, thanks for being with us. We've been speaking with Thelma King Thiel, President and Chief Operating Officer of the American Liver Foundation. I'm Ken Shalhoub for Health Facts.
Hello, I'm Joe Sweeney, Superintendent of Schools, and your host on Spotlight on Education. My holiday greeting to the viewers of Channel 8 is a very simple one. I hope that your holidays will be full of joy, warmth, and sharing with your friends and family, and that the year of 1987 will bring you health and happiness. And somehow in that same year, I hope that we will enjoy peace on earth.
Hello, and welcome to Consumer Aware. I'm Adrienne Eisner, Director of the East Brunswick Consumer Affairs Office. Now that we're well into the holiday season, and many people are decorating their homes and purchasing Christmas trees, it is a good time to review some important safety factors. If you purchase an artificial tree, check to see that it is fire resistant. If you're purchasing a fresh tree, remember that you want one that has not dried. To check for this, look at the tree. A fresh tree has needles that are hard to pull from the branches. When bent between your fingers, fresh needles do not break. When the trunk of a tree is bounced on the ground, a shower of falling needles shows that that tree is too dry. When you get the tree into your home, place it carefully, away from fireplaces, radiators, and other heat sources. See that it is out of the way of traffic and doesn't block doorways. Fill the base holder with water. Keep it full of water while the tree is indoors, much the same as you would do with fresh flowers. Remember, heated rooms dry trees out rapidly, creating fire hazards. Here are some other important precautions. Indoors or outside, use only lights that have been tested for safety. These are identified by a label from Underwriters Laboratories. Check each set of lights, new or old, for broken or cracked sockets, frayed or bare wires, or loose connections. Check the labels of any lights that you plan to use outdoors to be certain that they are weatherproof. Turn off all lights on trees and other decorations when you go to bed or leave the house. Lights could short and start a fire. Never use lighted candles on a tree or near other evergreens. Avoid smoking near flammable decorations. In homes with small children, take special care to avoid decorations that are sharp or breakable. Keep trimmings with small removable parts out of the reach of children, and keep matches, lighters, candles out of the reach of children. Plan for safety when you think of the holidays. Remember, there is no substitute for common sense. Look for and eliminate potential danger spots near candles, fireplaces, trees, and/or electrical connections. I hope you'll take the time to review these safety precautions with all the members of your family. And I hope that all of you enjoy safe and happy holidays. If you have any questions about consumer problems, call us at the East Brunswick Consumer Affairs Office. We're in the office Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. The telephone number is 6954. Thank you for joining me on Consumer Aware. See you again next time.
Hi, I'm Ken Shalhoub, host of Let's Talk Health. You know, as we move into the holiday season and the end of the year is kind of staring us in the face, it's good to look back at some of the great things that have happened in science and medicine this year. And although I'm not going to get into any of the specifics right now, that's what Let's Talk Health is all about, I would like to wish all of you a great holiday season, and please watch Let's Talk Health next year, and we will discuss some of the specifics. Happy holidays.
At Monday's agenda session, council members discussed an agreement between East Brunswick Township and the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. Mayor Fox outlined some of the details.
Basically, it provides for home purchase options, and I say options under several conditions. It is not a taking by the authority, but an agreement to offer to purchase homes under certain circumstances. It is an agreement to pay for a noise consultant to be retained by the township. It does, give them an objective, which is that they will attempt to achieve the Federal Highway Administration standard of 67 dBA. It requires of the township something that we were already doing, which is the ordinance that you have before you regarding noise along the development along the turnpike and the requirements for that. Of particular importance to the people who live nearby, they've agreed to put noise attenuation devices around the Joyce Kilmer service area and to restrict truck and bus drivers in terms of sleeping in their vehicles and long idling of engines.
Questions from the public on how and where sound levels would be measured and how property buybacks would be arranged were answered by Mayor Fox and Administrator Greg Fehrenbach.
We tried to find out what were reasonable levels of noise to be achieved. And there apparently is enough has developed in noise abatement that the state of the art apparently can relatively easily achieve a 67 dBA reading. And that given the noise from the turnpike at this point, a 67 dBA reading would be perceived by most of the people that are presently along that roadway as being a significant lessening in sound, possibly to the extent that it would be half as loud as it presently is. And when I say half as loud, understand that noise is on a logarithmic scale, and that the reduction may only be several dBA on an A-band, but those 5 or 6 dBA have a very significant impact on the perception of sound. Given those conditions, Kessler's feeling is that it can be achieved given the state of the art, and the position of the Turnpike Authority is that they're going to have very few people that are going to be coming to them and asking them for an offer to purchase their property. So that in the end, the hope is that we're not talking about many more than 20 to 40 homes.
But the big question on the minds of the public was why rush to pass this agreement by next Monday?
What's the reason? What reason is there, possible reason is there, for limiting to less than 2 weeks a review of this whole negotiations and during a period of time when everybody has got all sorts of other things to do, family priorities, which are at least as important as this issue?
In the event that the agreement is not acted upon, one questions what is the potential downside risk. And the potential downside risk is that there would not be an agreement and that the Turnpike Authority then would renege from providing any of the items that have been sought for in this negotiations process. And so therefore, given at least my own concern of the potential downside risk, as comfortable as it might be, and it would be very comfortable, I suspect, to allow this to pass on, I think that that may not be in the best interests of the people that are here, even asking that the council choose to postpone consideration for 2 weeks, 30 days, 2 months, or whatever that period of time may be.
I think what we're down to at this point is determining whether or not the agreement that was negotiated is the best deal for the folks in town. That means all the folks in town. Excuse me. I think our task is between now and the end of the public hearing next Monday to determine whether or not we as a council think it's in the best interest of all the town, and in particular, I guess, the folks who are most affected, to have this adopted. I think it makes a lot more sense to have a council that's followed through this for a year, who's watched it, who's had meetings and updates from the ad hoc committee, who's read the minutes. I think it makes a lot more sense to have us decide on the issue, rather than a council who hasn't been following it, isn't up to date with it, hasn't seen it from start to finish. But I see a difference of opinion from the new council members. I know Mr. Hudak's going to be a new council member. He seems to think we should have it put off. If there's a strong sentiment from the majority of the new council that want to see it put off, I'll defer to that. I just think it makes a lot more sense for us to look at it.
The decision will be made at next Monday's action meeting, when the public will be invited to speak on the issue. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching.